Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this 30 days masterclass series on electric vehicle design using MATLAB Simulink. Today is day 18 and our topic is battery protections using MATLAB Simulink. So I welcome you once again. I welcome you everyone here. Yes, I welcome Apaksha, Shoni, Logan Turai, Neelesh, Lachi Reddy, Gautam, Asim Sen, Karthik, JK, Bhupendranath, Gaming XT, Ramu. Let's make engineering easy. Okay, great. Warm welcome, participants. Yeah, Mohsin Mohammed. Warm welcome. Very good evening, everyone here. Omkar, Avinash, Nelson, Danny, Raj. Warm welcome, Guru, Karthik, Akash Singh, Yogendra Kumar Patel. Very good evening, everyone here. Mohsin, Sanjeev, Vasantara. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Sam, Mandal, Madhukur, Piyush, Lizad, Darshan, Chotu, Krishna. Good evening, good evening. Hi, Pranay. Okay. Anand, Prajwal, Praveen Kumar. Great evening. I hope you have enjoyed this yesterday class about SOC estimation. Yes. So, have you practiced the second experiment? Have you practiced the second experiment? Thank you, Karthik. I hope you have practiced the second experiment. I think so. So if you practiced, please comment your views how it was. Yeah, Gangaram Kashyap. Yes, thank you, Gangaram. Yes, sir, you have done. Gautam, great, Gautam. Yes, anyone? Any others? Any others? Yes, Rigved, great. I congratulate those who are all finished this study assignment. Yes. Okay, very little, very few only has finished this study experiment. Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Yes, Avinash, Tushar. Okay, okay, only few. About 10 people only has finished this yesterday class. I think so. Yeah, I have Nakul. Great, great. Vijendra. Yes. Vijendra. Vijaynath. Yes. Super, super, super. I'm expecting more from your end. So only less than 10 people only has finished. Okay, great. World EV Day. Okay, great. Super. Yes. Okay, if you have not finished, so please, I did not get LMS. I can log in, forget password, but not get the password to mail. I am sending message and WhatsApp, not replying from 2 days. Please do something. Sudarshan, please WhatsApp me today after live. I will immediately close it. So today 9840974408. So please WhatsApp me your email ID and I will do it. I did research on many EVs are super Praveen, super. The best method is SVM method will give you the best one, best solutions. But in the real time, people are still using the Coulomb count method only. And Kalman, extended Kalman may give you some idea, somehow very closest result. Happy World EV Day. Yes. Thank you, Sai. Yes. See, about the Pantech, Pantech is a educational equipments manufacturing company. From Pantech, you can get lab equipments for EEE, ECE, computer science, IT, and AI related products. You can get it. Our vision is to help 10 million students to learn technology in easy way. So far, we have trained about 1.5 lakh students. And you have announcement at 7:30 p.m. We will give you the attendance form, so don't rush up the live chat, and others are attending the class, so please don't rush up. And you have to submit minimum 25 days attendance to get a webinar participation certificate, so which is free. And again, you can get an internship certificate. So for that, you have to enroll into the internship option. It's a paid one, so you have to use this coupon code to get your discount value. And so far we have covered vehicle dynamics, power electronics, and motor controls. And today is the last class for battery section. See here, today is the last class for battery section. So far we have finished. So this is the basic vehicle dynamics. So vehicle dynamics, and then basic power electronics, and other things are the motor controls. So this is the first part, and second part, and this is the third part. And the battery, so today is the battery. In the battery, about 4 classes we have finished. So this is the fourth part. And after that, the mechanics part, that is that simscape part, we are going to use it, like how to develop entire vehicle. So like vehicle body, vehicle chassis, and vehicle tires, and then gear mechanisms, and other force calculations, torque calculations, torque measurements. So all these things we are going to see under this next part, like fifth part, right? So till day 22 we will see the mechanisms, and day 23 we will integrate all these things like a power electronic controller, and then microcontroller, basic vehicle dynamics, and everything we are going to integrate into the final day 23. And after that, hardware part. So these are all the hardware introduction part, microcontroller, and then protocols, and then sensors, circuit design, and then gate driver. So day 28 till these are all the hardwares of the basics. And day 29 and then 30 will be a hardware part, that is hardware integration. We are preparing the electric vehicle prototype. So with that one, you can get a step by step how to integrate all these models, and finally we can do the hardware models. Yes. So far this is today is the last day, last class on the battery models. How to download certificate after 30 days, like September, I hope September 22nd I will close the class. So probably September 25th, you will get a mail how to download the certificate from our website. Shivam Yadav will today up to day 17 in the internship we have uploaded the videos. Thermal model of BMS, basic concept only yesterday we have covered. That is the BMS section we have covered. So 25 classes is a mandatory class to get a certificate. Yeah, so use coupon code to get into the batch 3 in internship. So tomorrow is the last date for this day 5, batch 3 internship. And so yes, I have a question. Can I get the webinar certificate 2 times and get certificate? I'm not getting your questions. Mr. Nilesh. Let me check, Izzat Hussain. Let me check. Actually, I have approved a date till day 17. So maybe my backend team may wait in this one. Krishna, I didn't receive any receipt. Okay. Internship is chargeable. So 590 rupees is a cost one. Krishna, please WhatsApp your email ID to my number. Yeah. See here, today we are going to start battery protections. So in this protection, what are all the causes, and then how we can arrest the protections. So everything we will discuss in detail. So please keep engaged with the entire class. And so again, in this is a bonus content. Yes. So let us take the type of battery. So this protection is common for all the batteries, battery methods, battery types, right? So let us take this 4 battery as a basic fundamental behaviors. So from this behavior, if you develop a protection circuit, then that circuit is a common for everyone. So why generally the battery fails? Why generally the battery fails? So due to cell fault and manufacturing process out of control. So see, the cell fault nothing but inside the battery there are number of cells as per our previous section. So in the EV battery pack, so in the battery pack, so there are number of batteries will be there. So positive, negative, and then positive, negative, like positive, negative, series or parallel or whatever it may be, right? So there will be a number of cells. Suppose if you take this example, so in this pack there are three number cells, right? So each and every cell should be maintained at a constant energy and constant temperature, right? At the same time, whenever if you are charging as well as if you are discharging the current and voltage, open circuit voltage, that is OCV, right? Open circuit voltage must be in the same rate, right? If there is any issues, then the cell, that particular cell may get fault. Alright, so in this segment, that is the unbalanced cell charging as well as the discharging. So that is one of the causes. Similarly, the manufacturing process out of control. So there is a standard procedure to manufacture, how to manufacture the battery. If there is something out of range, like the temperature maintains in the battery in the factory, EV factory, or else the packaging pressure, or else the storage area. So or else the sequence. So actually some part will there is a number of stages, like out of 5. So if they followed 3 on at a time, so and then the second the remaining 2 process, if they are taking too much of time, or there is a material in improper quality, then the manufacturer process out of control is the another causes for the battery failure. And the next parameter is the aging. See, generally the battery warranty period is the 5 years, but now the researchers are going to claim about 15 years. 15 years. So this is the very it's a highly advantage factor in the battery technology. See, in the battery manufacturing process, the biggest challenge is the battery recycling. So you cannot recycle the battery so at the 100%. That the chemical process, it's a very huge environmental issues for the entire earth. So in that case, instead of 5 years, suppose if you increase to the 15 year, so in that case we can 3 times we can reduce the environmental issues, right? So still again the people are one research group is working for the 25 years. See, generally the solar panel only nowadays the people are giving you warranty for the 25 years. That is the PV panel. But battery also, it's not in the market. Still, it is not in the market. Still, you have to go for the 5 years only in the market. That is available, commercially available batteries only for the 5 years. But under the research, 15 years they have got. Actually, one IEEE paper has shown their proof for the 15 years warranty period. Similarly, again, one of the research group is working for the 25 years warranty period. So in that case, again, it's a best solution in the battery technology. So if there is a aging, I mean number of ages is increased, then there is a battery cell fault is going to battery failure is going to happen. And next important factor is called uncontrolled operations, like charging, as well as that discharging. So suppose if there is a fault in your charger or in your load, so that also will affect your battery, right? So in this case, suppose if you take a mobile charger, that is a portable mobile charger, if you are not using the portable mobile charger more than a big more than 6 month period of time, so after 6 months, if you are charging your mobile with the portable charger, definitely your mobile charger battery your mobile battery will goes off, because the 6 month unused portable mobile charger will be a unconditional one. So in that case, if you connect the charger to your mobile, then your mobile battery will get damaged. So that kind of issues may affect your battery. And similarly, the abuse nothing but so improper management of the battery. So generally this will be happening in the transportation part, because actually battery is not a easy weight material. So it's a huge weight. Average on an average 12 voltage 100 Ah battery will weight you about 80 kg, minimum 80 kg. So in that case, the weight, if you are handling the if you are handling the battery on very poor conditions, so in that case the battery definitely will get damaged. And external factors, the external factors nothing but if you are keeping your battery over the on the battery, so is there any other material if you are storing, that is the warehouse management, so everything comes under the external factors, right? So due to these factors, your battery going to fail, right? So now why this battery fail? So inside the battery number of cells are there, right? So first let us take this cell fault. Inside the battery, the cells number of cells are that is a combination of cells are the EV battery, right? So battery pack. So in that case, first we should know why the cell fails, how the individual battery cells get failed. First point is that the active material, suppose if there is a options of the active material, then the battery will get the cell will get damaged. Similarly, the electrodes, suppose due to the corrosions, the electrode shape or physical structure or strength of the electrode, if it is damaged, then again the battery cell is going to be damaged. And electrolyte material, suppose if there is a strength of the electrolyte material is breakdown, so due to that one the cell will get damaged. And electrode plating, that is before the battery charging, in the manufacturing process, the electrode plating, that is one type of material used to plate the electrolyte. So that also, if over the period of time that plating process, if it is vanished, then battery cell will get damaged. And increased internal impedance. See here, this is the internal impedance mainly depends on the temperature. It's directly proportional to the temperature. Okay, so it's maybe an internal cell temperature as well as that ambient temperature. So due to these variations, then the internal impedance may get vary. So we have to maintain at a constant temperature. So that also will leads you your cells failure and reduce the capacity. So over the period, the capacity of the cell will get damaged. And self discharge. See, actually the self discharge again, it's depends directly proportional to the temperature rise or temperature variations. So due to the temperature variations, the internal resistance may get affected. right? So that sometime it may get grounded with your body. So due to that factor, also that self discharge may happen. And the gasings, see here the active material, sometimes suppose if you are improperly if you are managing the battery. See, as you know, the battery, how it is working inside the battery, so there will be plus and then minus, and the number of stages will be here. Whenever you are charging the battery or discharging the battery, so there will be a chemical, okay, there will be a chemical process, right? So if the chemical, while you are doing the charging as well as the discharging, so there will be a bubble part will create it, right? If there is a huge variations in the temperature chemical process, then the bubble size may get increased. So we have to arrest these bubbles. So by reducing the or by maintaining the temperature, cell temperature, right? So whenever this huge amount of bubbles is there, so that will increase the gases, and also it leads to the pressure, right? And the penetration separator, so this causes failure, and then overheating. So obviously the heat is also the one of the temperature, and then thermal runaway, suppose improper management of the thermal management. So these are all the issues for the cell failure, right? See, generally for the domestic applications, the temperature range is minus, here let us take minus 25 degree Celsius to 55 degree Celsius. So this is the plus and then minus. So this is the temperature variations. For the defense applications, the range will be like a 85 degree, or sometimes it will be 125 degree, and then minus 45 degree. So the extended range may vary. So if you change the temperature, if you are increasing 10 degree or plus 20 degree about the over the existing degree, so in that case, suppose if you are increasing this one, in that case also we have to vary the we have to choose the different type of components. So if you visit the component pages, I will show you how to choose the component. So you visit this page, digikey.com. Suppose if you are selecting a particular MOSFET, so there will be a temperature variations. Just a second, let me select, transistor. Just a second, my system getting loaded. Yeah. See here, we have chosen the MOSFET, okay, single MOSFET. So there is a variation, I mean, different levels. Yeah. See here, if you take this one, minus 55 degree to 125 degree Celsius. Similarly, if you are increasing the value like minus 55 to 175 degree Celsius, 200 degree Celsius, 225 degree Celsius, so the same MOSFET will be available on different temperature range. So in that case, you have to choose the proper material. Suppose in your applications, if you are going to use the variation, if you are going to allow the temperature variations from minus 25 to 85 degree or 125 degree, in that case, the active electronic component also should support. Similarly, in the battery cells also, right? So these are all the additional factors you have to keep in your mind while you are choosing the component. Yes. What is the active material that you are referring? See, actually, active material nothing but if you are taking the lithium ion, So inside the material, the lithium is the active material. Electrode plating nothing but in the electrodes there will be a some kind of a paint will be applied, so to arrest the corrosions. Yes. So these are all the important points for the cell failure. Okay. So now what are all the consequences for the cell failure? See, due to this behaviors, so the first open circuit may get, battery will get open circuited, and at the same time it's a short circuited. And if it is a open circuited, then the voltage will be 0, and then you cannot take a current. Similarly, if it is a short circuited, again there is a voltage, 0 voltage, and then you cannot take a current. And hard short nothing but, so there will be a permanent connections between the plus and then minus, so via the chemical material. And the shaft start or micro shot nothing but it's a lesser size of the hot shot, and the explosion and then fire. So these are all the consequences of cell failures. So now let us take thermal management. How the voltage drop or voltage variations is happening. Suppose if you take the 20 degrees Celsius. So if you are maintaining your battery at a minus 20 degrees Celsius, so in this case the discharge time is getting varied. At the same time the voltage level. So while you discharge your batteries, the open circuit voltage also it's going to reduce it, right? So the range is, slowly it's going to reduce it. Whereas if you are keeping your temperature at higher range, so in that case, see here this slope. So it's a huge variation slope, right? So voltage variations also it's going to be huge. So you have to just keep in your mind. So you have to maintain the battery on proper temperature. Similarly, those information will be available on the battery temperature, battery data sheets. And similarly, what are all the capacity effects? See here, if you are maintaining your battery at 60 degrees Celsius, see here about 65 percentage battery capacity is going to loss. So these are all the self discharge. Similarly, by default, like a 10 to 15, 10 to 20 percentage discharge may be there. So due to the temperature variations. So now let us take how we can arrest these issues. So see here, first you should concentrate on the excessive current during the charging as well as the discharging, and then short circuit. See, with the help of current parameter we can identify this value, and then over voltage, under voltage, so over the overcharging and then exceeding the preset or exceeding the preset while it is in the depth of discharge. Suppose under voltage goes less than 20 percentage, so we have to take a call, right? And then temperature. So if you take any one, if you take any point, see here, if you have a current or voltage, if you have a parameter of current or voltage or temperature, if you know these three parameter, we can take a call. So from this parameter we can identify the excessive current, short circuit current and other thing. So if you know this parameter, you can identify the over voltage, under voltage and yeah, other things. And after this, if you know this parameter, then you can identify the ambient temperature, overheating, and then pressure also we can indirectly we can identify with the help of temperature. And then other things are external one. So these are the polarity and then abuses. The abuses generally due to the logistics issues, right? So this if you know this parameter, we can almost 90% problem can be solved. Yes, attendance will be shared in the live chat, so please don't rush up, Mr. Sushil. Attendance will be shared. Yes. So now protection methods. So first we have to identify the thermal protections, right? So the thermal protections are the, I mean the temperature based protections as well. I mean that is it. Under the thermal protections we have to use this one, and then electronic protection. So the electronic protection is nothing but the BMS will take care about these things. Again in the BMS voltage, current, and then temperature also will be there. So this protection, this thermal protection, external thermal protections, right? And one of the another protection is called the polarity protections, right? So this polarity protections comes under that external protections. So now what are all the thermal protections? So we have to use the thermal fuse externally. See here, if you are taking the battery pack, if you are taking the battery back, and if you are connecting the charger, then at the same time if you are if you are taking this discharging circuit, see here you have to connect the thermal fuse as well as the reset fuse, and other fuses also you can connect it, because so this will protect the suppose if there is any fault under the external circuit. So is there any fault? So this temperature rise should not affect the battery. So in that conditions, these fuses will take care about the battery, right? So that is these are all the I mean advantages of this one. And temperature sensor. See here, you can keep one temperature sensor to identify the other outside temperatures, right? So with these sensors, you can protect, you can implement the protection circuit for the battery. Right. Similarly, these are all the components: thermal fuse and then thermistors. So just search in the Google, you can identify these components are widely used to sense this one. So whatever these sensors, see the resettable fuse will work whenever the temperature rise, then the circuit will get breakdown. Whenever the temperature is getting reduced, then the circuit, this fuse will get short circuited. And these fuses are the once if these fuses broken, then we have to replace the fuse. And the thermistor also similar kind of work. And then the temperature sensor, you have to sense the temperature value, and after that you have to connect with the sensor circuits, so like amplifier circuit. So from this you have to connect with the microcontroller, and you have to take a call. That is the protection circuit, relay circuit, right? So these are all the sensors which is widely used for the thermal management applications. Apart from this, BMS will take care about the thermal management. And the second method is the electronic protection. So generally it is a battery management system. So for this one we will give you we will give temperature and then current and then voltage. So voltage. So this based on this parameter, so inside the BMS model, the algorithm has been implemented. So like what are all the logics, like if else logic only will be implemented. So based on that logic we will take a call. And so generally as per the earlier class we have discussed about this one. So we will give the three parameters and to ensure these values, right? And now protections about the operating zone. See here, if you take a current property, if there is a temperature rise and then less current intake or outtake, right? Suppose if you take this zone, so even though if it is a red color, but the battery will not get failure. So during this period, you have to enable your thermal fuses and electronic protection circuit and resettable fuse. So this whenever the temperature rise with suppose if you take 100 ampere and then 100 degrees Celsius. Let us take a 100 degrees Celsius. So at this point, like if you take a 10 ampere, see here a 10 ampere. 10 ampere with 100 degrees Celsius. So in that case, the resettable fuse should taken care, and as well as the thermal fuse also should taken care. And suppose if any one of these things got failure, then definitely your battery is going to be failure. So you have to verify, you have to tune the parameter as such. like suppose if your rated current is like 10, let us assume that 20 ampere, right? And this is a 55 degree. So in that case, all your tuning parameter should be less than this value only. So generally they will keep 20% lesser value. So instead of 55, they will keep whenever it reaches like a 49 degree itself, then it will alarm you, right? So like that you have to form the logic, and then you have to identify your safer zone area. Similarly for the voltage, see here the voltage should not reach to the zero as well as the maximum voltage. So it should be always keep on vary with the open circuit voltage. So the way suppose if you take a 2.8 voltage per cell volt open circuit voltage, so in that case, so up to 3.6 and then 1.8 voltage. So within this 1.8 to 3.6 voltage, you have to operate. Whenever while you are operating this within this range, then your battery will be under that safe zone. So otherwise, it's a failure zone. So like that, you have to identify your logics in the BMS model. So now the polarity protections. So the reverse polarity protections. See here, if you are this is generally will happen during the manual fault, right? A human fault. Suppose if your battery is positive and then negative, if you are connecting positive terminal to negative and then negative terminal to positive, so the immediately your circuit will get damaged. So in that case, we have to arrest, even though if you are manually connecting reverse polarity, then you should provide one circuit to protect the battery as well as that load. So for that one, people are using a Schottky diode, like a simple diode, as well as that electromechanical relay, and then positive FET method. That is a positive FET MOSFET method. It's an electronic circuit. So this can handle up to maximum current. Whereas these are all limited currents, like a 2 ampere, and this also will get like a 2 ampere maximum. Suppose if your battery current goes above that 2 ampere, then you have to go for this PFET method only. Let us discuss what are all each and everything. So please keep engaged with the entire class. There is an internship on IoT. Yeah, you may get an internship. IoT MATLAB WhatsApp group full. So please help. So please WhatsApp me after this live. I will help you. So with the help of single Schottky diode, so we can identify. See here, this is the battery. So positive terminal and the negative terminal. And here this is the load is connected. Suppose if you are connecting the battery via this diode, then this will help. This will help the battery for the reverse direction. So reverse polarity configurations. Right? Suppose if it is a positive and the negative, then the diode will carry the current. If it is a positive here and the negative here, suppose if you are taking connecting the resistance, so what it will happen, the battery will get into the reverse polarity. So here the positive and here the negative will be there. So this will be the diode will be the reverse polarity. So is the diode will conduct in the reverse polarity or reverse bias? Is diode will conduct in the reverse bias? Can you comment yes or no? Can you comment yes or no? Is diode will conduct in the reverse polarity, reverse bias? Can you please comment yes or no? Yeah. So the diode will not conduct in the reverse bias. So in that case, the battery and the load will get separated, right? Similarly, this is a single diode configuration. Similarly, actually this diode has very limitations, right? So the polarity, voltage, and then current needs to be calculated. At the same time, see here, suppose if it is a 12 voltage, so here you may get only 11.4 voltage. 11.4 voltage, because the forward voltage drop 0.6 voltage will be goes off in this for diode. So here you may get only 0.4 voltage. Similarly, you have a for this one. So generally the people will use Schottky diode because it has a I mean the switching frequency is high. At the same time, current handling is also high. Switching frequency. And similarly, we can discuss about the 4 diode configuration. See here, if you are connecting the battery positive and the negative, see here, if you connect the positive, then this diode will taken care, and this diode will connect it. And similarly, if you are connecting in the reverse direction, so this is the positive and this is the negative. So even though if you are connected the reverse direction, but load always will get the positive one. So how? So like this it will happen. So like this it will happen. See here, if you connect positive, then current, diode, and load to this one. So like this the current path may happen. So in this case, load as well as the battery will get safe. But here, if you are connecting 12 voltage, then you will get only 10.8 voltage only, because each and every diode will goes off 0.6 voltage, and here also the 0.6 voltage. About 1.2 voltage will be the loss voltage. Right. So these are all the 4 diodes configurations. So similarly, you have another method called reverse polarity using relay. See here, if you are connecting the positive at this terminal, and then this is the negative terminal. So what it will happen? So what it will happen? What it will happen? See here, if you are connecting this one. Yeah, so if you are connecting this one, the relay will get turned working conditions. Suppose if you are reversely connecting, see here, this is the reverse connections, positive as well as the negative. So in that case, so this diode will enable, so this diode will come into the picture, and then this diode will enable, this diode will allow this current activations. So in that case, the relay will get terminated. So that time the load will get removed from the circuit. Right, so this is the reverse polarity. So in that case, again you can work with the maximum relay current capacity. So this generally the current capacity like a 10 ampere or 20 ampere relay also sometimes you may get it in the market. Right. So again the another method is called reverse polarity using the P MOSFET. Right. So the P MOSFET nothing but that current will be in the outside. The mark will be in the outside. Suppose N MOSFET, the mark will be in the inside. Right. So what it will happen? See here, if you are connecting the positive here and the negative here, so the generally this diode the voltage will be connected, then the load will be connected to the battery. Suppose if you are connecting negative positive here and the negative here, what it will happen? So as per the previous example, so this positive voltage will be applied to the gate. So this positive voltage will apply to the gate, then this gate will get short circuited. Right. So in that case, the entire circuit, the entire depletion region, entire MOSFET will get So it's open circuited. So this MOSFET will break the line, and during that time, the current flow is completely short circuited. Completely open circuited. So at the time the load will be isolated from the source. So like that you can implement the reverse polarity protection methods for your battery solutions. Right. So these are all the theoretical points. So let us move to the MATLAB demo. So how we can implement the MATLAB demo. So I will show you the MATLAB. What is the cause behind the battery of electric vehicle is not charging after connecting the charger? There is no fault in supply. So there is a chance for the pilot wires There is a chance for the connectors in the pilot wires. There is a chance for the battery failure. So these are all the adequate points you have to ensure to debug your system. Yeah, see here, this is the generalized circuit. So can you able to see the circuit? See here, so this is the DC voltage, sorry, DC battery. So I took the battery, or the battery values are 24 voltage, internal resistance 2 ohm, right? Simple battery I took. And if you want to work with the initial capacity and all, you have to choose that finite, and then as per the previous day example, you have to work it out, right? And the second thing, I have connected the load. So simply I have connected the load. So this load is like a 24 volt to 2 ampere. So that is the load resistance value, right? And now in between I have connected the MOSFET. So P channel MOSFET I have connected, right? So others are, these are all the voltage sensor, and this is also again voltage sensor. This is the current sensor. So this is the current sensor, and this is the voltage sensor, right? And similarly, this is the simple resistor. So voltage divider resistor, I have kept the value like 1 ohm, right? And so as per the theoretical circuit I have connected. So now let us run the simulation for 1 second. So now we have not connected the reverse polarity. So straight away we have connected positive for the positive end, negative for the negative end. So in that case, the load should receive a voltage, right? So the load should receive a voltage, at the same time the load should receive a current also, right? Battery protection is used for individual cell or battery model. So it's a battery pack, you have to use it. Cell, already you have combination of number of cells, only the battery pack, right? So just let us check. See here, across the load there is a 20 ohm voltage, and then current is about 1.7 ampere, right? Suppose if you are now connecting the reverse polarity, if you are connecting to the reverse polarity, so what it will happen? Let us check. So now I am going to connect a positive with the negative. So just remove this one. I am connecting positive here and negative here. So this is called reverse manual error. I am going to connect it. So in that case, what it should, the load should not get any voltages or current, right? So all the, yeah, see here, the voltage is 0 and then current also 0, right? So now the source as well as the battery is completely isolated. So like that you have to implement reverse polarity protection system for your battery mechanisms. Is it clear? Can you please comment? Is it clear? The concepts are clear? Rigved, what happens when the battery get overcharged? Obviously, it will get damaged. We should not allow the battery should get overcharged or undercharged. Is it clear? Can you please comment? Yes. Thank you. Yeah, now you can ask your questions. Tomorrow is the last date for the batch 3 EV. So use the benefit whatever you want. And so many of the internship people has not yet joined in the WhatsApp group. So please, those who are all joined in the internship, so please WhatsApp me. I will share you the WhatsApp group link. Please join in the WhatsApp group to ask your questions. If we are internship student, Yeah, if you are an internship student, you will get a, webinar certificate as well as the internship certificate. So for the to get, you have to submit the attendance form also. Madhavi, see here, the reverse polarity is the one of the fault. So we cannot change the polarity on the drive. This is my WhatsApp number, so you can WhatsApp me 98409 744 08. It is said for some lead acid batteries that if not fully charged, the solution get crystallized. It's not like that. Actually, in the lead acid battery, suppose if it is a torque tubular battery, you have to maintain the temperature as well as the chemical properties in proper. So in that case, you can maintain the battery excellent. Tohim, Santi, please watch the BMS class link. I have given the basic example how to model a charging as well as discharging automations. Yeah, battery warranty. There are a lot of scams are there, so we cannot assure that battery warranty as of now. What conclusion we get when we reverse the polarity of DC voltage? Definitely, the load will get damaged. Thank you, Rigved. Can AI ML technique be used in GV? Yeah, you can use it AI ML technique for SOC estimation. That is that machine learning with this support vector machine. By using that technique only, you can estimate the SOC. At the same time, for autonomous vehicle properties, you can use these applications. Is there any project for us with 25 days attendance? No, for the YouTubers, you can get if you submit 25 days class. If you submit 25 days class, then you can get a free webinar participant certificate. What is the minimum amount of DSO that you provide? See, minimum amount of your DSO actually for from 17,000 onwards, one nice DSO is there. But my recommendation, if you are going to use in your throughout the day, so better keep any highly rugged one like Fluke or Tektronix or Agilent. So these are all the highly rugged instruments which is widely used in our industry. And nowadays for individuals, suppose if you are going for the individuals, I will give you the packet size DSOs. Packet size lab. I will give you one. See here, this kind of oscilloscope you can use it for your research applications. You can get better results. You can get a better results. Handtech. It's very cheapest one only. Yes, thank you. Sanjeev, Chikde, please explain our latest technique for SOC short duration. I have noted your point. This time I have not prepared, so later we can check it. Wireless chargers are already available on the market for EV applications. To get a webinar certificate, to get a free webinar certificate, minimum 25 days you should submit. For internship, no need to submit the attendance form, because if you are watching the internship video in the internship portal, automatically your video will get captured. Your attendance will get captured. Not clear, sir. So can you please rewatch the video, Mr. Gajendran? Thank you, Mr. Manav. Certificate will be shared after this 30-day class. So probably I will take 2 to 3 days time. Madhukur, to avoid the reverse polarity, we have to use the p channel FET. So this is my WhatsApp number, so please take. Webinar format certificate, I will show you. So this is the webinar participation certificate. Certificate of participation, like a 30 days EV masterclass, then Pantech e-learning from August 23rd to September 22nd. So like that we will give you the certificate. Whereas in the internship we will give you certificate of internship, Pantech e-learning successfully from and date, and then to date, your college name and everything will be mentioned. What are the EMC standards we need to consider? In the EMC standards, if you take EMC standards, there are a lot of standards are there. So I will try to share the document for the email via the email. Certificates I will take 2 to 3 days after this series to share the email. 2 months back, we have completed the MATLAB Simulink masterclass, but hard copy is not available. See, actually, the hard copy certificate we will share you probably before end of this month. Thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable time. And if you have any more questions, you please ask me. How to charge EV battery from solar panels. So that is a complete project. Actually, this top project is included in the internship portal. So if you are interested, if you join in the internship, you can get the complete project. This one. This project you can get it from the internship. Use this coupon code. Use this coupon code to get enrolled in this one. So I will share you the link. So just Google it, pantech-elearning.com EV masterclass. Then here just go to here and apply now. So you may lead to the registration form. Apply coupon code batch 3 EV. So apply coupon code. So the amount get reduced. Then you can use it whatever you want. You can place order. Then you can get benefited. Sir, I am attending from last 9 days. So you are giving certificate me or not? Mr. Piyush, please understand, to get the free webinar participation certificate, 25 days is a mandatory. Thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable time. And if you have any more questions, you please WhatsApp me. I will give you the solutions. What is the formula of PWM in terms of on and off? So PWM half time on time divided by total time. That is a PWM period. But that formula is vary for based on the topology. So for what topology you are going to use it? Please suggest some research area for controllers of fast charging in EV batteries. So try to implement a different type of converters, different type of converters to get involved in this one. Thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable time here. So we will see you in the next batch, next topic. Thank you once again.